Hey, Lisa here. I want to take a little bit of time and talk about confronting fears. And let's turn to scripture. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand." So the kids and I just got through watching this movie called A Monster Calls. And what a powerful movie that was. Great movie. Definitely check it out. The reason it got me to thinking, and I just wanted to take some time and share my thoughts with you after watching that movie. But that movie, without me going into detail and ruining it for you, talks a lot about, or it really speaks to letting go and but also confronting our fears. And I love how in scripture, how in Isaiah, we're reminded to fear not, that God is with us. God is with us. I know it's hard to sometimes remember that, you know, that we actually have God with us during moments of struggle, challenges, grief, loss, um, things that we as a people, as a human race, endure. It's hard sometimes to believe that there really is a God with us and a God who is for us, but He absolutely is. So it is so important to remain in faith and to believe that. The first, part of any challenge, any emotion, anything that you're facing is confronting. Confronting can be very challenging, very difficult. Oftentimes, we hide behind ourselves, hide behind substances, um, whatever it is, busyness, just to hide the fact that we are going through something, we're in pain, um, and that we just don't know where to channel that energy. We don't know what to do with all of those emotions. So, prayer, first and foremost, is something that has absolutely gotten me through the season that I've been in, through the recent challenges that I've faced, through experiencing grief and loss, uh, just prayer. Prayer has been the sustaining thing for me. And it's important to remember that God is our source. That while people may disappoint us and not show up for us in the way that we would like or feel that we need for them to, that God knows what it is that you need. God knows what it is that I need. And He will be there to get us through. He has definitely showed up in my life, every day of my life, every moment. God has been the one thing that I know, that I can go to Him, I can talk with Him, and that's why I stress to you all how relationship with the Lord is so important. It's so important. I tell my children, I remind them that transition, death is a part of life. It's inevitable. And it's a life is a gift. It is not promised to us. And that said, I always try to remind them that God is the very thing that will keep them and strengthen them in moments of weakness and moments of despair, when challenges arise, when people leave, that what willingly or not, that it is God who will be the one to sustain them. And God has been the very one to sustain me. The movie A Monster Calls reminded me of this book that I have here. You probably can't see it, it looks upside down. It's called The Hardest Piece. It's by Kara Tippett. Um, Kara, I won't ruin the story, but her what she went through, her life, um, such a beautiful, beautiful thing. She's left something amazing behind for us all. Um, it truly is the hardest piece. And when she says peace, she doesn't mean peace as in pieces like Piece, but the hardest piece, Peace. And in losing my mother um, in the later part of last year, and my son going through his own struggle and challenge, I have definitely seen where it having peace, mm, having peace and letting go, that's a hard piece. It's a hard piece. Having peace with what someone has done to your child, someone you love, that's certainly a hard piece. And one thing someone had said to me along this journey of mine was that the path to peace is acceptance. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. Um, it is definitely not an easy road, but you know, there having acceptance and understanding, or not leaning on your own understanding, and trusting in the Lord is it's the thing, the very thing that will get you through whatever season you're in, whatever the circumstance, no matter how dark it may look, that the path towards peace is certainly acceptance in some situations, um, or in most situations. You know, accepting the things that we cannot change um, will give you a sense of peace. It truly will. And it takes work. I'm not saying that this peace comes sudden and instantly, but be intentional and trust in God, and you will have that peace. And so today, I just wanted to remind you all, as we're all going through something in this, during this time, in this season, during this pandemic. Outside of the pandemic, there's still other things that are happening in people's lives. And I empathize with you. I encourage you to go to God with it all. Pray regularly. A relationship with God is so very important. And to never lose hope. Never lose hope. Confront your fears. Um, Confront them head on. It's the only way through. The enemy would like to have us believe that, you know, confronting situations, whether it be people or our fears, are going to be the thing that stops us dead in our tracks. And what we have to remind ourselves is that by confronting what's happening, by confronting, you know, a circumstance, situation, a person, whatever it may be, that it's better to confront than it is to remain in denial or to remain in further pain, and just pretending that it doesn't exist, that it's not there, when it resides in our subconscious, in our spirit, in our heart, mind, our, you know, it still will reside in our very existence. and it will rear its head if we don't confront. And so, confronting, letting go, and trusting God, and remembering to fear not, that He is always, always with you. I love you. God bless you. Till next time.